But we begin with Ohio's 11th District Congressional race and next week's primary election. The gloves are off and the mudslinging is well underway between Cuyahoga County Democratic Party Chair Shontel Brown and former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner. You have no doubt seen the attacks and TV ads from both sides. So how do you know what's true and what's not? 3 News investigator Rachel Polanski is fact-checking for us tonight.
On council, Brown voted to give more than $32 million in taxpayer contracts to a company connected to her boyfriend and family.
We rank this as partially true. I pulled Cuyahoga County Council voting records from 2017 and 2020. In both cases, Shontel Brown was one of 11 council members who unanimously voted to award a $7 million contract and a $3 million contract to the Perk Company for resurfacing roads in Greater Cleveland. In 2014, when Brown was running for council, she accepted a large campaign donation from Mark Perkins, who she was engaged to at the time. Cleveland.com reported that she said if she were elected, she would recuse herself from county contracts with ties to Mark Perkins. We rank this as partially true because Brown did not recuse herself from those contracts. However, we could not verify the $32 million amount.
She even voted to give herself a $7,000 pay raise.
We rank this one as true. In 2016, Cuyahoga County Council members voted 7-4 to raise council salaries by 15.5%, or $7,000, from $45,000 a year to $52,000 a year. And on the other side of the aisle, we had a hard time finding ads in which Shontel Brown's campaign openly attacked Nina Turner's campaign. We did, however, find a pro-Israel PAC called Democratic Majority for Israel spending a lot of money to support Brown and oppose Turner. We also found ads like this one from thirdway.org.
In 2020, she trashed Joe Biden.
You got 2 bowls of in front of you.
We rank this as true. At the time, Turner was working on the Bernie Sanders campaign, and she was talking about Sanders voters choosing between President Biden or President Trump. She was also quoted in The Atlantic, saying, "You have a bowl of in front of you, and all you've got to do is eat half of it instead of the whole thing. It's still."
So what's Nina Turner really up to?
Nina Turner is running as a Democrat, but really is not a Democrat.
We rank this as false. While Nina Turner is progressive, campaigning recently with former NAACP President Ben Jealous and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she is, of course, a registered Democrat. This ad attempts to paint her as someone who does not support the party agenda.
Something else I want to point out, at the end of these ads, look for this line, paid for by. That's where you can tell if this ad was paid for by the candidate's campaign or by a PAC. In this case, it was paid for by the DMFI PAC. Rachel Polanski, 3 News.
Again, the special primary election is Tuesday. The respective winners of the Democratic and Republican races will square off in the general election on November 2nd.